So hello all and welcome. And I am the Bachelor Philosopher, also known as the Realist Philosopher, and some just call me the Realist, because that's what I am. And any good male realist these days, well, at least in the West, is going to be a bachelor. So how you all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. So today I wanted to talk about this, I guess it's a viral video. A lot of people have been talking about it. There's a lot of stuff from TikTok, by the way, showing up on YouTube that R-pill dudes are addressing. The cancer that is TikTok, yeah, the opium of the woman. Instant attention, instant gratification, instant validation, as if they weren't getting enough of that. Anyhow, this video is just some broad, obviously. I talk about male issues, and I'm talking about defective women, and this chick's defective. So, she's some broad in her 30s, overweight, and I guess she lost weight recently. So, naturally, she thought it'd be a good idea, with 3 or 4 kids and a husband she's been with for quite some time, to divorce him, because now she's suddenly getting male attention again. Or maybe for the first time, because she might have been overweight until very recently. And she thought that'd be a great idea. I'm just going to divorce my husband. And get this, she did it just so she could do a TikTok series of dating the alphabet. You heard me right. She thought it would be fulfilling to divorce the hubby and break up the family, split it up, damage your kids, because we all know kids do much worse in a split up family than if both parents are together, just so she could get attention and validation and likes and views. And I guess what is her new body, thinner body, by dating the alphabet. So essentially she dated dudes whose first names started with A and then went all the way to Z. And of course, as we could all predict, everybody except her, it didn't turn out so well for her. So let's take a look at this deluded broad, this dysfunctional chick, and see how she copes with the, failure of her life that was obvious to everyone with half a brain when she went down this path. Except her, of course. Okay, so here's the chick. And I went back, I took some time and scrolled back through her history, and she used to be a lot heavier, a lot chunkier. So I'm just speculating, but the timing of her weight loss seems to coincide directly with her deciding to leave her husband. So this seems to be very common. Either chick has never been thin, or she hasn't been thin since before she married her husband and had the butterflies and honeymoon period with him. And then as she popped out kids and didn't really take good care of herself, she put on weight. The attention from men diminished. Okay, fine, I'm resigned to that. And then at some point, once the kids have, grown a bit and the pressures and the work required for you to put in to be a parent kind of lessens some, because now your kids are all over a certain age. And yes, it does get easier. There's a big difference between the amount of work you put in when the kid is 1 and 2 to when the kid is 7 or 8. So now she's got a little more free time, a little less pressure. So she decides to lose weight. And then all of a sudden, oh my, the attention is coming back from the menses. And I want to see maybe if I could level up now, and I'm going to divorce my hubby. Yeah, it went to her head, essentially, because she'd been without that attention for so long. Oh, it's like being a heroin addict, and then you've been clean and sober for 10 years, and then you jump back on the dragon, and it's like, whoa! I feel so good! Yeah, but like with everything, there are diminishing returns, and you build up a tolerance, and as we all know, addictions are not good for you, and so chasing the dragon is probably a bad idea, but she decided to do it anyway and thought that it would work out well for her. So let's see why she left hubby, shall we?
I just thought of a really fun dating series.
And notice she's got the nose ring, so automatically you should be on high alert.
And I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. Okay.
I wanted to get your guys' opinion because how I live my life, I'm going to base it upon what rando strangers on TikTok think. Brilliant life strategy, sweetheart.
You ready for this? Dating the alphabet. Basically, every Sunday, I will go on a date with a different person whose first name starts with the next letter of the alphabet. So we'll start with A, and then we'll go to B and C, and then we'll just date all the way through the alphabet. And all of those dates will be dates with a letter that starts with the letter of their first name. For example, Anthony and I will go to an arcade, and then the next week, Brittany and I will go bowling. And
Brittany? Is she bi? Great. This is another thing I'm saying. It seems to be just because it's trendy that chicks are coming out as supposedly bi and divorce their husband. It seems to me like they're just looking for some kind of thrill. They're just looking for some kind of rush, kind of like adrenaline junkies. They're emotion junkies, these chicks, and they're being encouraged to indulge in the materialistic earthly pleasures of the world that have absolutely positively no meaning and aren't going to lead anywhere fulfilling or meaningful. But, oh, it feels good. Feels good. Do it. Not hurting anybody else. Meanwhile, she's got 4 kids, I think, so you are hurting somebody else. But anyway, yeah. Oh, lesboism? Bisexualism? I've never tried that. Let's try that. Yeah, because why not? I can think of a number of why nots. I can think of 4. Your kids. Your husband, who you left. Okay.
and so on and so forth. But here's the kicker. I'm not going to choose, per se, who I'm going on these dates with. I'm gonna leave it all up to random fate.
What? Wait, what? Random fate. Let me get this straight. I mean, clearly she's not expecting to meet anybody of substance. Either that or she has no faith in her own decision-making abilities and just figures random fate will work better. Sweetheart, that's absurd. I don't think she's looking for an actual relationship. Because if she is, this is the worst possible strategy. It's like rolling the dice. But relationships are built on shared virtues and values. And the currency within that relationship, the transactional aspect, is virtue. At least that's what makes a long-term, solid relationship work. Nowadays, women want the transactions to be actual hard currency and material things and goods and services, and that's the wrong way to go about it. But choosing your mate based on random chance? How's that gonna work? It's hard enough to find a mate when you're focusing on someone, trying to find a person that fits your virtues and values. Now you're just throwing dice. But the dice have like 150, that's 160 million sided die. Oh, there's 160 million men. Just gonna roll this dice with seemingly endless slides and hope that I land on the slide that's my perfect mate. Yeah. How's that working out, honey?
I currently have 99 plus pending likes on Tinder.
Yeah, she's mid at best. And she's still kind of chunky, as you can see from her face. But she was a lot chunkier before. 99 plus, gentlemen. Mid at best, chunky broad, 99 plus. Even if you're a high quality dude, it can be hard to get that many likes, right? Good Lord. Certainly not an average dude, because, average dudes are, in a woman's eyes, ugly. That's crazy.
Now, this is going to require me to actually pay for Tinder, but I think it'll be worth it for the fun.
Yeah, it'll be worth it for the attention and the validation of the fools out there and the simps that want to pump up my ego to unrealistic levels. So I'll be alone forever.
Upgrade the Tinder so that I can see all of the people who are currently wanting to match with me. And every week, I will go through and I will match with every single person whose name starts with the letter for that week. And the first person with that letter to accept my offer of going on a one-time date, on a date with the first letter of their first name, I will go on a date with.
2,100 pending likes. You simps. She's a single mother with 4 kids that divorced her husband because she was essentially bored. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, dudes? This is why women have such a ridiculously high estimation of their own value. You keep pumping them up.
Went through and I matched with every A name in my list. This was my inbox immediately after. So then I copy and pasted this message to every single person who sent me an initial message after matching. Said, hey there, so hear me out. I recently had an idea of dating through the alphabet. Basically, every Sunday I will go on a date with a different person depending on the first letter of their name, starting with A and ending with Z, and each date will also be based on that letter. The date ideas are not set in stone, so as long as it starts with the same letter, I am down. I am also...
So not only does the dude's name have to start with that letter, so completely random, but the activity also has to start with that letter. What about X? What activity could you do that's X? X-rated theater? X-rated movie? I think I know how that date's gonna go, where that's gonna end up, but what? So everything's random. Wow, what a bad idea.
Also going to do these dates with the first person who can commit to the date that week. Obviously, A is the first letter of the alphabet, so...
This is just for ego. Hey, the first man that can commit! Ooh, I feel so good! Ooh, he's the first guy! Ooh, he's so... amped up. He's so excited and enthusiastic to be with me. He just jumped right in there. He was the very first. Ooh.
Looking for someone whose name starts with A to go on an A date with me this Sunday. Would you be interested? If they responded to that initial message, I sent them this message just so that they knew the terms of this whole thing. And I said, awesome.
This is dating in 2024, people. It's a dumpster fire. This is why I checked out quite a while ago. I saw where things were going, and I said, no thanks.
There's a few things to know before you accept, though. I will be documenting this adventure on TikTok. I will request your permission to use a screenshot of your Tinder profile.
Of course you will, because this isn't about finding an actual partner. It's just about you getting attention and validation and free nights out, Yeah, and somebody giving you those fee-fees, them butterflies, that you no longer feel with your husband because you've been together a long time and the honeymoon period is over. And you're too jaded and too materialistic to actually appreciate what you have and thereby form a deeper bond with him that is more meaningful and will give you a better quality life and a deeper level of happiness and fulfillment.
For the video about our date, you will not be required to be on camera otherwise. However, I will need to take a few minutes out of our time to get a few shots of whatever it is we decide to do to post to TikTok later.
Is she trying to monetize herself as one of these dating coaches, Jana Hawking, Amy Horton types, where she's going to make money off of her social media and get clout and eventually have some rag like Bold of the Daily Mail give her, work to write some crappy weekly chronicling of her dating adventures? Oh, God.
Finally, I promise to not say anything negative about you regardless of how the date goes. I will only share your good qualities and the good parts of the date. I understand that this is a weird ask, and I 100% understand if you decide not to take part in this adventure with me.
Adventure?
In less than 30 minutes from the time that I started matching with every A name, I had a date scheduled for this Sunday.
Of course you did, because there's plenty of simps out there that just want to hit it and quit it, and they're willing to jump through countless hoops because they have no self-esteem. Anyhow, she goes on a date with her very first lucky dude. Let's see how that goes.
I am currently on a mission to date the alphabet, and this week was A. So Adam took me axe throwing.
He's 5'5" tall. Yeah, that's not gonna work. He too short. I'm a single mama, overweight with 4 kids in my mid-30s. You must be 6'4". 5'5" don't cut it.
But first, he got me a little gift. He got me an A for our A date. I did learn.
Dudes, never get a woman a gift on a first date. In fact, you should never get a woman a gift ever unless it's her birthday or Christmas, not even for Valentine's Day. What the hell has she done to earn it, to deserve it? Equality? When was the last time a woman got a man a gift, huh? Don't do it, guys. It's simping. It's weak. It's pathetic. It shows that you value her more than she values you.
that I really suck at axe throwing, but I had...
That's actually not a bad, like, first date, I guess. It's kind of creative, kind of inventive. I mean, what kind of A's are there for first dates? Ass grabbing? I don't know. That's the only one I can think of. Axe throwing? I wouldn't have thought of that one. But that's it. You had to put some thought into that. I don't think this is going to appeal to most women, though, because it's not a high value, big money date. Of course, I'm sure he's paying for all of this regardless. How much do you think axe throwing costs? You think that's expensive? 20, 30 bucks? I don't know. I don't know how much you end up paying to throw axes. It can't be a lot. Maybe on par with bowling? I don't know. You think she would appreciate bowling?
a blast, and he kept me laughing the entire time.
But he's only 5'5".
I think we've learned that if we ever have a zombie apocalypse, that I do not get anything that needs to be thrown.
Maybe a javelin, I guess.
That's for Jay. You think there's any javelin throwing kind of parks where she lives? I don't think so.
Hours later. Arms after this. Alright, so I think you're using this too much. See?
I finally got one, and of course Adam got his on the first try.
By the way, why couldn't you do this with your husband? I don't get this. Wouldn't this be more meaningful and give you more pleasure with your husband? I couldn't find me the energies. But what's different now? You're divorced? He's watching your kids now? So he's got to pick up the slack and watch the kids while you go out and relive your teenage years?
Softball it.
And of course, she's going to still expect him to be there when she's done, going through the alphabet with guys that she has no intention of having a relationship with. They're just foodie dates, essentially. But that'd be too boring! I've been stuck with 4 kids! And a boring husband for a decade! I need to throw some axes now!
How attached to your beard are you?
Why? Oh, what time win?
I don't know, what do you want? If I win, what should you do?
You win, I should the beard. And what are my
Yeah, what's he gonna get, huh? Nookie? A 5'5" dude? I don't know. And of course, he's a simp, so he doesn't have the balls to say what he actually wants to get.
I get another date at a later time.
What a loser, see? He should have said, I want to get my knob polished. I want to get laid. If that's what she was hoping to hear from him, too, but he didn't have the balls. She ain't going out with him again, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Let's stop that at one time.
Whoa, she's covered in tattoos as well. I see a lot of red flags here. A lot of red flags.
Clots, I guess. And dikes. Oh, Dutch boys. You ever heard the story?
Doing an overall.
I don't know. You tell me. Look at you. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Remember, try to keep it as stiff as possible.
So you left your husband and your family to throw some axes.
Well, you have 4 kids, so that wasn't really an issue before. Hey.
I love the music, by the way. Am I going to get in trouble for playing this at the music? I don't know.
I don't know.
After axe throwing, we went and got some Asian food, and
That I'm sure he paid for. Yeah.
Overall, the A date was amazing.
Okay, now let's see how she's doing after she went through the alphabet. So here she is. She looks much thinner than she did at that A date, so she's been continuing to lose weight. Even though she pretended that it was just a lark, that it was just a fun game, that it was just a TikTok series, dating from A to Z, she was actually hoping and expecting, not so deep down, that one of these guys would be the one. Even though she'd already had the one and married him and had 4 kids with him. But somehow she thinks that if she finds another dude, that the honeymoon period in that new relationship will last forever, even though the honeymoon period with her current husband, now ex-husband, didn't last forever, and she got bored, and that's why she left him. But that's not going to be the case if she finds a new dude. You think so? By the way, how many dudes are going to want to get with you when you got 4 kids? And I mean, you can't have any more, right? What are you, 35, 36? Are you pushing 40? He'd have to be super simp. And what's he going to get, 1 kid out of you? Maybe 2 if he's lucky. And then what's going to happen? Same thing that happened with the hubby. Did you think about that? The ex-hubby, excuse me. No. She didn't think about any of that. It would happen anyway. You have kids with the new guy or not. As the honeymoon period does not last. But of course, these chicks don't think that far ahead. They only think about the pleasure of the moment. Hedonism, baby. All right, let's see how she's doing after dating the alphabet.
We signed our final divorce papers last week. And I just got notified today that the lawyer sent the papers to the court today to be signed by the judge.
Shouldn't you be happy about that? You get to date through the alphabet. Now you can go through A to Z again. And again. And again. And infinitum. Free meals and axe throwing, baby. Woo, that's the life.
Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well. And
I wonder why that is. We'll see why when we go look at her TikTok and all the videos talking about how she is just going on and on about how great her life is and how exciting and adventurous. Yeah.
I'm not okay. Next week would have been our 9-year anniversary.
Why'd you leave him? I didn't hear any reasons. When I went through her channel, I saw no reasons. It seemed like the main thing she's searching for is adventure and fresh new fifis. But lady, you can't have adventure. I don't understand this. You got 4 kids. You talk about endless possibilities for adventure. I mean, even doing things that you've already done, if your kids have never done them, it's like doing them again. But you get to see it through their eyes and teach them and guide them. I mean, talk about the greatest adventure that's ever existed for man and womankind alike. But no. I don't have the right mindset, so I don't appreciate those things. I need the instant gratification and the fifis and the butterflies. Oh, because I don't appreciate what I already have, which is really the pinnacle, but, you know, you're too dumb to see that.
And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I didn't want this.
Wait. Put on the brakes. What do you mean you didn't want this? You mean this isn't what you expected to be the outcome? So you had a different expectation, and the outcome was obvious to everybody else out there, minus the simps on TikTok praising you, saying you go girl. Those of us with half a brain and are R-pilled, we saw the eventual outcome. You didn't see it because you're deluded. Because you listen to a bunch of simps and everybody else instead of thinking for yourself. Getting all this validation from simps pumping you up, from other broads who made the same bad choices you did, and because they don't want to accept responsibility for their bad choices and how crappy their life turned out, they gaslight you into believing you're making the right decision, because when they do that, they're validating their own bad choices as well. Because they can't accept responsibility. You bought into it. That's your fault. So no. You wanted something different, but you got what everybody knew you would get.
I never wanted this. And it hurts, and it's...
I left my hubby, broke up my family of 9 years almost, because I was chasing feelings and I thought that would give me some kind of meaning and purpose and fulfillment that having 4 kids and a husband didn't give me. Okay.
Sucks, and okay.
I don't care. I think it's hilarious. And I want you to feel even worse. Is that somebody learns from this. That doesn't make the same stupid decisions you did.
I know that I'm gonna be okay.
You're not going to be okay. Who's telling you this? That's copium. Why do you think you're going to be okay? You will not be okay. Did you change your mindset? Did you learn a lesson? Are you going to go back to your husband and beg and plead for his forgiveness? By the way, you shouldn't forgive her and you shouldn't take her back because people don't change. No, you're not going to do that, though. You'll never admit you made a mistake, so no, you will not be okay. Guaranteed. You'll just get better at coping and gaslighting yourself, and you're going to end up one of those bros with lots of cats and a pantry full of boxed wine.
But right now it really sucks.
But time heals all wounds. Yet that's a lie. It heals all wounds if you learn from the actions that caused the wounds in the first place. You aren't going to learn, so no, nothing will heal.
And I feel like I can't breathe.
If only that was the case, then you might actually change if your life was at stake. But since that's not the case, that won't happen.
So, for those of you who are going through the same thing and have been watching me and telling me that you wish that you had my strength because you're not handling your divorce or your breakup well, just know I'm right there with you.
We're all in the same boat.
I'm not okay either. But I promise you, someday, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's called your funeral. You'll be okay then. But until then, not so much, sweetheart. So that was Anna Stoddard. Lovely. She used her real name so people can probably find her husband also on social media and give him a hard time and shame him and, make a spectacle of him and diss him. That's just great, honey. Wow, you really don't think about anybody else beside yourself, do you? Even if that isn't his last name, even if she reverted back to her name, people could probably easily enough find him via her name and her social media postings of the past, which would also have him in them. So, lovely! Make a spectacle of yourself. Now you made a spectacle of your kids and your husband as well. Great! Wonderful! Now they get to be ridiculed and, bothered by rando people. Just because you want attention and validation from randos doesn't mean they do. But, she's your typical narcissist. So, hey, to hell with anybody else. It's my feelings that matter. So, there you go. So, let me know what you think of Anna Stoddard. Is she the quintessential example of what modern Western women have become? Chasing the fifis, chasing materialism to inspire butterflies, chasing ever and ever more attention and validation, chasing the dragon, chasing new drugs, which really are just going to lose their potency, but because essentially it's kind of just small variations of the same drugs. So, different guys, yes, but still kind of the same situation. It's just same drug with subtle variations. She's going to build up a tolerance eventually, get less and less of a high from it. And she's going to keep chasing those fifis because there's got to be some dude out there that'll give me butterflies forever. Even though no such situation exists, and you will end up old and alone and bitter, and of course blaming men. Because nobody was good enough and nobody was able to give me a life where I wasn't eventually bored. Even though that should tell you that the problem in all these scenarios is probably you. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section, and please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and also don't forget to follow me on alt tech platforms. You will find the alt tech platforms above, as well as my name on those platforms. And on that note, I am out of here. I am the Bachelor Philosopher, also known as the Realist Philosopher, or just the Realist, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.